Hey everyone, this is Stan Gendlin with Real Estate Skills, and in this video we're going to talk about how to flip houses with no money down. If you like what you hear, check out the link in the description to get our resources on how to flip houses with no money down. Make sure you like and subscribe. First, let's talk about what exactly is house flipping. In this context, we're talking about buying a house, fixing it up, and selling it for a profit. Now that could be a major renovation, a small renovation, or anything in between. But we're going to be talking about 4 ways how to buy a house, fix it, and sell it with no money out of pocket. First, let's talk about how much does it cost to flip a house. Well, if you're buying a house with no money down, out of your own pocket, it should cost nothing if you follow the methods that we're talking about here. But when considering flipping a house, you want to consider the purchase price of the house, which is whatever you negotiate with a wholesaler or the seller if you're working with them directly. You want to consider the cost of getting insurance, paying for utilities, paying for the renovation, paying for the taxes, paying any interest payments if you borrow money, and then finally paying closing costs at the end when you sell the property with a realtor. Those are all the major costs that go into buying, fixing, and selling an investment property. So now let's quickly go over the 4 ways that you can buy a property to flip with no money out of pocket. First and foremost is using private lenders. Private lenders are anyone that gives money to you to buy the house, renovate it, and sell it. This could be a family member, could be friends, could be someone you don't know who does this professionally and lends money out to fix and flippers to buy homes, renovate, and sell them. But it's any individual who's not a big company that gives a person money to buy, fix, and sell a home. The next strategy, if you don't have any private money lenders lined up, is possibly partnering with another investor. This investor might have the experience and the connections to renovate a house and bring the capital. A lot of the value in doing a fix and flip project is finding a great opportunity. It's not uncommon for you to find a great opportunity, find someone that's experienced in fixing it and selling it, and also has the money to bring to the table and become your partner. It could be a 50-50 split, could be a 30-70 split. It's whatever you end up negotiating. But a lot of times, people that are great at renovating and selling properties might not be great at finding them. So again, it's not uncommon if you find a great deal to go find a potential renovator, or if you're typically going to wholesale a property like this, maybe have a conversation with one of your buyers. Hey, instead of me selling it to you for a fee, why don't we buy it at my contract price together? You can do the work, bring the money. I want to learn along with you, and by doing that, we're going to make a bigger profit together. Another great strategy to use to buy a house to fix and flip is seller financing. This normally works when a seller does not owe money to the bank or anybody else on the property that you're looking to buy. A lot of times this is someone that inherits a property, or maybe an owner that's owned a property for a long time, or just paid cash for it. In this situation, the owner will allow you to make either monthly payments or no payments while you renovate the property, sell it, and pay them at closing. So maybe the owner is selling a property to you for $100,000 as an example. You can negotiate an interest rate that you pay them either monthly, let's say 5%, or you sell the property and you give them $110,000 instead of $100,000. That is an example of a seller finance deal. There's a lot of creative ways to do that, but that's our third and one of the most popular ways to do fix and flip deals, especially with sellers that have no mortgages. Finally, one of the last known methods of doing a real estate fix and flip deal with no money down is wholesaling to yourself. Not many people do this, but this is a great strategy that you can implement. The way this works is you would put a property under contract with a seller in one of your companies. Let's say Stan LLC. Stan LLC puts a property under contract for $100,000, and Stan decides to sell the property to himself for another $25,000. I will have another LLC, that's my fix and flip company, say Stan Flipping LLC, and Stan Flipping LLC will buy that property for $125,000 from my wholesaling business, Stan LLC. Now I will go get a loan for the purchase price of $125,000. So I can use my own wholesale fee as the down payment, meaning that I have to bring no money to a closing table. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video, how we talked about the 4 ways of flipping houses with no money down. Remember, check out the link in the description, get our free resource, like, subscribe, and go to realestateskills.com for more information.